Hello. So today I am going to start doing some trial runs for CM9. And I thought that I would share some of my process with you guys as long as I make it clear that, these are very early runs. I don't know everything possible about these runs. I just wanted to show you a little bit more about my process as well as give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what CM9 is going to look like, just from my perspective and from what information I've been able to figure out and see, these last few weeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do an ace run and see where that takes me. I'm going to give some. Oh, thank you. I've had to re-download this game quite a bit on this PC. I'm just going to give some ideas, some thoughts as to what I'm doing and why I'm making certain choices. And then at the end of the day, we'll just go ahead and see what happens. I've already actually been doing a couple ace runs, but, I just wanted to make sure I could test the waters a little bit before showing off. So I do have Curran, and I'm going to do a Curran run. I am really lucky to have Curran because I got her while I was pulling from Manhattan Cafe, and I'm very grateful that I did. I wasn't expecting it. When I first got her while I was pulling, I was kind of annoyed because I really wanted Cafe, but now I am very thankful for it. So I'm going to use this Akimono as a parent because her pinks are really nice. Her blues aren't super bad. And I don't really have very good sprint parents right now anyway. So I'm just going to use her and hope for the best. And then for guest borrow, I am going to use a... Let's see. This is wrong. All of my settings are now messed up because I had to reinstall recently. For my guest borrow, I am going to be using Mummy Creek. So if you don't know, Mummy Creek's unique is one of the few uniques that can work in CM9. There's not very many of them, and most of them are not as good as maybe you're used to when inherited. I believe most of them, if not all of them, have a zero point 0.1 Excel when inherited, and Mummy Creek's is one of those. So Mummy Creek and El Condor Pasa have uniques that will be used in CM9, but because Mummy Creek is 1 through 4 and El Condor Pasa is only 1 to 2, I am borrowing Mummy Creek for my current runs. This was a decent one just because she has really nice pinks, and all I really care about right now is trying to get, consistency with pinks. I don't actually care about the blues that much because sprint is so easy to get the stats that you need that you're not really worried about blues. You're mostly worried about your ability to get skill points. And so, yeah, I'm not worried about the blues. I'm worried about the pinks. I'm worried about trying to get Turf S because Turf S is very valuable in the Sprint CM. I'm still hoping to get Sprint S, even though Sprint S is not as valuable, but just because the track is so short that you're not going to be spending that long at your top speed if you even hit it to begin with. And so for my decks, there's a couple considerations to make here. So acceleration is going to be king, but there's not a whole lot of reliable acceleration. So Rico actually gives Russian Gale, and if you can envision the track as a let me see if I can pull it up here. I don't want to turn this into a guide, but I do think that it's important to be able to visualize kind of what I'm talking about here. So if I look at, here we go. Okay. So here is the track for CM12, or sorry, CM9. And as you can see, the opening leg is on a straight, and the final leg is also on a straight. So by taking a skill like Rushing Gale or Straightaway Acceleration, which are acceleration skills that can hit any point in a straight, you're gambling that you'll be able to hit your acceleration skill either like here or hopefully like here. And if you can hit it in this area, then you have a really good shot to win because it's a huge acceleration. But the chances of it actually hitting aren't super likely. You're basically gambling, and you're gambling on a lot of these straightaway acceleration skills, but that's kind of all we have because both corners are mid race, and we have straightaway spurt if we want to run end closers, but I'm not super sure about the viability of end closers at this point. So basically, running Rico is an option because of these straits for a Russian Gale specifically. However, because Rico gives stamina and doesn't do like stamina and mood, right? It's completely useless because this track, I just closed that window, didn't I? Okay. But if you remember, because that track is just a downhill, the entirety of the track, you're going to go into downhill mode if you have high enough wit, which reduces your stamina consumption even further. And it's the shortest track in the game. So I've seen Currens with like 200 stamina be able to finish the track just fine. So basically there's no stamina requirement as long as you are in downhill mode, which you will be for most of the race given the stat allocations that we're going to wind up with, which makes like literally every single stamina click on these runs wasted skill points. It means that pretty much everything Rico is giving you is wasted. The guts would be nice, but I don't think that personally, for Curran, because Curran has an acceleration in her unique that can proc at a very good time in this race, I don't really want to gamble on another acceleration that would take a card slot out of my deck, right? So for that reason, on Curran, I'm not going to be running Rico. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but as far as I can tell right now, like, I don't see a reason for me to run Rico on Curran. Now, who can I run instead, and why are my filters all off? Okay. So instead, I will be running... it's tricky. So I mentioned earlier that skill points are king, right? And I'm going to be borrowing a Biko, because Biko is just an amazing stat stick, and actually this is a CM where you can use Plan X. Again, it's not going to be completely reliable, but it's something, right? Every Excel that's not El Condor Paso or Mami Creek is going to be a gamble. And so the strategy for some people is to just stack as many gamble accelerations as possible and hope one of them hits. For Curran, because she has an Excel in her kit, I'm cutting back a little bit on the gamble Excels and trying to focus more on mid-race and getting as many skills as I possibly can to push her forward and hopefully be able to proc that unique in a good time. So I'm going to be using Biko. I am using Tachyon because Tachyon has a skill point bonus. I'm using Fine Motion because Fine Motion is like my carry card on my account. I'm using Kita-san because of course I am. Sunday I am using because she is a very good stat stick and she can give Tail Held High. She never gives it to me, but she could. And getting Tail Held High here would be really, really nice. For this slot, it's a little bit of a bind here. So there's a lot of good options. Machikane will help a little bit to smooth out Unity, and she has a 60 skill point chain. However, she doesn't have any race bonus, and she doesn't have SP bonus. So you have to balance that, 60 skill point chain with these kinds of issues that she has. Somebody like Ikuno actually has a skill point bonus, and that is really, really valuable to us. Even though the rest of her stats aren't amazing, even though her skills aren't amazing, she does have a 10 training effectiveness, like that skill point bonus is very valuable on this CM, because this CM skills are going to be king. So I could pick Ikuno. I could go for Dober just because Dober has that huge training effectiveness, and I can try to use her to make the fewer trainings that I'm going to do a little bit better. I could use Tazuna because Tazuna gives concentration, and concentration is pretty strong on this track. Basically, if you late start, the track is so short that if you late start, you're pretty much, it's over, right? And so concentration is really valuable. There's Fuji. Fuji has skill point and race point bonus. So she has skill point bonus and she has a race bonus of 5%. So she's an option. She's not a very good card otherwise. She doesn't have a lot of, you're not going to get very much wit from clicking on a Fuji Rainbow Wit. Is that a huge consideration for us? Because we're running 4 wit, we can kind of afford to run a wit that's kind of bad, like Fuji or just like another, like Air Shakur, I think also has a skill point bonus. But yeah, so those are my considerations for like the fourth wit card that I'm going to run. I'm just going to go with Fuku because I know Fuku's going to smooth out my Unity training a little bit, and because it's so early, like I just want to try to get give myself a better chance of getting something acceptable before I try to like really start high rolling. So this is the deck that I'm going to start with, and I might be tweaking this as time goes on. I might be, making some changes to it, but we're going to hope for this. Losing Rico is kind of annoying because I don't get a lot of those good mood ups, but we take it as it comes. We're really hoping that we will get straightaway acceleration from Fine Motion, and otherwise we're going to probably be taking at least Nimble Navigator. We're going to be taking Plan X. We're going to be taking Curvature. And the great thing about Curran is because she has only 3 aptitudes she has A in, her Unity explosions are highly likely to be beneficial to her. So they're likely to get pace corners, pace straights, sprint corners, sprint straights, things like that. And that is really, really helpful when it comes to Curran specifically, because like I mentioned, she has that acceleration in her kit. And so what she wants to do is stack up on a ton of velocity skills, especially mid-race velocity, that will allow her to proc her unique as she's overtaking someone. All right, let's go Curran. So early on, pre-debut, I want to build friendship as much as possible, and Unity explosions are nice too. And I know that you're thinking, what's the difference between that and every other every other run? But yay, we seem to already got straight away acceleration. That's nice. So with Curran specifically, she is going to be very, very strong in CM9. Partially because she's able to farm those skills that she needs via Unity explosions very easily, and partially because of her unique. But she, because she can only run sprints, she can't even run mile races. Her ability to take races is very, very limited. So it's difficult for her to get a lot of skill points because even in her career, like she doesn't run very many G1s. I think she runs 3 G1s, and those are crucial for her. So ideally, I would also be taking a lot of Unity explosions here because I want to do a lot of Unity training, but I'm not getting a whole lot that I am excited about taking. We're going to keep going wit because we're getting some Unity, we're getting some friendship, and we're not needing to rest, which is really the pros of running a wit-heavy deck here. We're going to take this just for more Unity. Sorry if there's a lot of cuts here. For some reason, I'm coughing a lot this morning, and I don't want to be coughing into the mic and make you have to listen to that. So, but we just got Kita-san's first event chain, which is good. The main thing that I'm worried about running these 3 SSRs is that I'm not going to finish all their event chains. I did forget to mention that Speedstar from Fine Motion is also a really nice pickup here, so we're aiming to try to get that if we can. Oh, that's a very nice click. Yay. Always skill points. We take as many skill points as humanly possible because we want to really get skills. I know that I've said this a lot, but like it bears repeating, like we want skills. And that's why we take Tachyon. That's why we try to bias towards skill points whenever possible. I think that if I'm probably going to experiment with dropping Sunday for like Econo and see if that works. Because skill points are just so important in CM9. And even then, like, people have been saying that CM9 is a total RNG fest. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we make these perfect aces and they still lose quite a bit. I have done a couple CM9 room matches, and I have found that to be largely true. You can get a little bit of consistency, I think, and I think that. So the thing is that I think that getting a lot of velocity skills and a lot of mid race is going to help with consistency. But it's not a sure thing because you can always be passed by somebody who just hit one of their gambling velocity or gambling acceleration skills. And that's what makes CM9 feel inconsistent or feel annoying. So now that I've hit my... Oh my gosh, stop. What is this? So now that I've hit my debut, I am going to start racing. Pretty much, I'm going to race often. I usually bias less on racing than I should. And one of the things that I have to really kind of train myself out of with this CM is like taking these races, even if there's decent training, right? Like these are decent. That's actually a pretty nice click because it gets Sunday maxed and it helps with my friendships. Or I can take these races. Now, taking OP races on like any other character is probably not going to be in your best interest because they just give so little. But because Curran can only run sprints, there's so many turns where she literally just cannot run any races on that turn at all. And so it is beneficial to her to run sprints while she can. And so for Curran runs, you really have to try to balance that. Like a Curran run that doesn't run any extra races at the end of the career gets like a 1600 SP or something like that. Like it's not very good. And so with Curran, you want to be slamming these races, even if they're G3s, even if they're, you know, maybe if they're OPs, like you want to just be getting as many of these skill points as possible because you really want to be ending her career with like 2000, you know, 2100 skill points. And that's why even though we are taking like Fuku, even though we're focusing on skill points here, we also want to be making sure that our race bonus is acceptable, right? So that's another reason why I really like to take Tachyon is because she gives that fat 10% race bonus, and she also is a SP bonus. Like she is just so good at like giving you a very reliable source of SP from your deck. And then, of course, these other cards are also nice too. So I'm running like a 43% race bonus. Could be better, but that's what I got. It's a decent click. That would be also nice. So here, like, I don't know. I do want to get my Unity training up, and I do want to increase some of my wit card friendships. So, and the thing is to like, when people are afraid of running, I need to rest because I am missing a lot of good trainings here. So what people are afraid of when they are racing a lot in Unity Cup is that they are afraid that they're not going to max their Unity facilities, which is totally valid. Like we're taking this because we really want to get explosions right now. And they are, so you're afraid, oh yay, we got head on. Okay, this is actually, this run might be pretty good. Anyway, I'm sorry. People are afraid that they're not going to be able to max their Unity. And they're also afraid that they're not going to be able to get good stats. And the thing about Sprint CM is that the only three stats that matter is like your speed, your power, and your wit, right? And to that end, you're going to be running, we're taking skill points here. So this is 60 skill points all at once, just done. But because you're going to be running decks that are so heavy with wit, you're going to be able to max speed and wit pretty easily. You're usually able to do pretty well with power, depending on where your explosions are wind up at. And so, like, I'm really hoping that I get my second Unity explosion here so that I can take the top race. But so what I'm trying to say is that with sprint CMs, because the stat goals are so easy to reach with 2-4 decks like this, you are not quite as worried about training every single turn as long as you can get your Unity trainings in. And that's going to take a little bit of juggling, like it's a different way to play the game. But I think it is very valuable to, of course, both of my D ratings are on the same one and neither of them can move off. Why does this always happen to me? Okay. How bad is this? We win these. Kern's gonna win sprint. I'm definitely gonna win medium now. So just have to either win one more or like draw 2. Yay! Okay. I was kind of worried because I've gotten a lot of draws in the first race recently. That's been very annoying. Because it just kind of bricks the run. So, but I'm the kind of person I always try to push the first race so that I can take it easy on the last race. Take energy here. I like to try to make it so that I can take skill points, but that didn't really happen this run, which is fine. Oh, that's a nice click. So in terms of Unity trainings, I think we're actually doing pretty all right. And in terms of races, it could be affording to run more races, but my speed's actually not that high. Oh, that's a really nice click because it gets 2 of them to max. Okay, all right. Yeah, my speed's actually not that high. What conditions I think is nice because I'm pretty sure the CM is going to be soft conditions, so that's good. Yeah, nothing. This would be nice. It gets Biko higher. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this. So now because our energy is too low to train, I'm looking for races I can take just because I know I'm going to be resting anyway. Maybe it's just weird psychology, but... Nice. Not nice. Because I'm not taking Rico, every mood down is like an affront to my training. I think we're going to get our first inspiration here. Next turn. Oh, that would be nice, but I think that we're just going to rest. And get sleep deprived. Cool. Very cool. And we get just about nothing in our first inspiration. Very cool. Please hit. Yes. Okay, cool. I wish that I was in a great mood for that one, but it is what it is. We get Pace Chaser corners, which is nice. It's late April now, and oh, cool, we're going to play next. How many turns is this till summer? Oh, that would have been a nice click. We're gonna rest again. Get well rested. That's nice. We're gonna check these. They're not amazing. I would really like to get Biko to Rainbow, but I also really want to stop being in a good mood. It's not that great of a click. Ideally, I could just do a race to get myself back to great, but I think we're just going to do a recreation and not get like the walk in the park or the shrine one, which is what I was hoping for. That's fine. That's fine. We got the energy up from Fimo anyway. We'll be all right. Our stats are in a decent place right now. With Curran, because I do more races early, I am expecting a little bit fewer stats. That gets made up a lot as I hit rainbow, as I hit max friendship with my cards. Like this one, I'm going to click because I need Biko to be in a rainbow before summer. I I know that Curran has a secret event that takes place in her senior year from running like 3 races, 1 or maybe 2 of which are during her senior summer. And that event is definitely worth going for. Okay, yeah. So I'm actually going to put it in the agenda right now. You can see that I haven't played very many current runs. I think I've done like 2 or 3 so far. But yeah. Okay. So let's hope that we get better runners this time. It looks like we are. Always swap those 2. The game loves putting Kita-san in long, even though she is way better in medium just with her stat allocation. All right, this is looking all right. Good to push BNW. Nice. Okay, so senior year, we want the sprint stakes, the Keeneland Cup, this one, and the Centaur Stakes. I've ran the Centaur Stakes before on her. This one. Okay, cool. And we have to win them all. And we have no rainbows for the first training of summer, which is awesome. We'll take this one just because it gets Biko to max, and we're hoping that we're able to explode Biko. I'm going to take this one just because I know I'm going to have to take a whip training at least once, and I might as well take it when I know there's rainbow on it. That's not where I wanted to explode Biko. Yeah, we're going to give a speed here. Start the Unity explosion process on some other cards. Oh my god, you're killing me. Okay, yeah, I mean, this click I think is too good to not do, so we're just going to do it. Didn't get very much speed this summer. That's fine. We take power on these. Because, yes, we're a little bit short on speed, but also we're going to get clicks like this. I think that's the second time we've gotten pace chaser corners, which is a little unfortunate. I would have rather gotten, like, sprint corners, but that's fine. Nice. Ichiban kawaii. She is very cute. I really like her racing outfit. Like, I like that she's kind of like an idol kind of character, but she is, like, her racing outfit is all like black and dark red. It's a really cute little contrast. I like it a lot. Not a great turn, but there's only an OP sprint. I would really rather not race an OP sprint. But see, this is the thing that I always do, where I'm always like, oh, I don't want to do the only sprint race available to me, so I'm just gonna take this kind of subpar trading turn instead. Maybe I. Yeah, we're gonna take it. And now we get Tachyon. So getting Tachyon on Wit is always very nice. And we can finish... Oh, but there's the G2 sprint. But we can get Smart Falcon up to exploding. I do think that this is worth it. And we lose the energy we just got, which is awesome. But we get Speed Star. That's nice. Yeah, we have to rest here. Nothing good. So we've gotten a lot of really nice skills that we want, which means that we need a lot of SP. And like I mentioned, because Curran can't run very many G1s because her affinities are only sprints. Thank you for that, Curran. That was not too late at all. Do we actually want straightaway adept here? Probably not. You don't need the energy because we're running so many wet cards. Yeah, we'll take straightaway adept. We don't need the mood either. But we only get the 5-speed version, which is annoying. All right, this is nice. We're definitely not taking it on stamina, but we will take it on wit because we're about to have the next Unity Cup training, and I really want to take the top if I can. Yay, we got a sprint skill there. We're looking good. We're looking pretty good. There's no... Oh, there's a G2 sprint here. Yeah, we'll take this. All that's really missing now is getting our affinities to S. And hopefully not completely biffing it on this Unity Cup. So Kita-san's in the right place, but Sunday is not. It is weird when I call her Sunday or when I'm referring to this character because my best friend has a cat named Sunday. Not quite named after the Honkai Star Rail character, but when she adopted the cat as a kitten, his name was Tuesday, and she was like, what if I just changed it just a little bit? I don't really know that I want to take that. Maybe I will take the second option and just pray. How many Unity explosions do we have prepped? Okay. This might be a throw, but I think that Smart Falcon is going to win dirt. I think that Curran is going to win sprint. And I hope that one of my C's in medium will also win. So I think we're going to go for it. Is this a mistake? Just brick my run. Yes, we take those. All right. Whew. See, I wasn't worried at all. This one, I'm going to take... Energy 30 is nice, but I'm going to take skill points. I'm going to get some energy back, hopefully, in the raffle. And I want those skill points. Straight descent is not... Why? Straight descent is not what I would consider a good skill for the upcoming CM. We did get the nice Professor of Curvature Hint version. So that's something. What this is, late Jan. How long can I go on a good mood? No, I'm also not really getting that great at trainings either. Late Jan, FanFest is here, and I'm taking 2 races, so I'm really only going to be in a good mood for a couple turns. Okay. Yeah, we'll take this one. Get some more skill points. Get some useless skills. But we do need to start building speed pretty quickly here. And I haven't really gotten a whole lot of like good speed clicks, which is kind of annoying. I don't think I've even seen Kita-san and Biko on speed together this run. It's a really nice wit click. We'll do that. We'll get some more SP. Get a useless skill. Get this very nice first chain. Okay, so our speed is actually not looking that bad. I try to have like 800 to 900 by senior summer. That usually gets you most of the way there. So I know that I'll be taking 3 additional races this year for our secret event. I think that is probably, I don't want to say enough because you can never have enough SP, but given like the strength of my deck, which is not as strong as some other people's might be, okay, come on, please give me an affinity up. That would be really, really nice. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, we got 2 turfs. Sure. And now we get our mood back up. Anyway, because my deck isn't quite as strong as some other people's, I think that unless I just completely beef it on turns like this, I don't want to do 3 consecutive races. Okay. Sure. Kind of late to get rank up to A. Finally! Finally they're on the same training. And we get some more meticulous measures, which is nice. It's not like the best skill, but it is a decent skill. Like, it's pretty cheap, so very nice click. 18 skill points in 1 click. Late May. Yeah. My power is pretty low. I usually am able to explode a little bit more on power than I have been this round. Come on. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. Yep. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. Okay, so we just have to rest another turn in summer. We don't get the nice energy cost reduction or energy reduction there. This always happens to me. I get so excited, then my run just completely falls apart. It's alright, it's alright. I'm being dramatic. Hopefully this will still turn out decently. We can just rest in summer, which will get our mood up. And it will give us some energy to hopefully take like a nice training in summer. We don't have any good trainings anyway. I do want to relax and have fun. Thank you, game. Let's see. I have one more turn after this. I really want Tail Held High, but I know that Marvelous Sunday is not going to give it to me because she is mean. Take the speed training while you can at this point. Yeah. Because then you'll get turns like this. Thank you, Tachyon, for medium straightaways. I'm going to take, well, obviously I'm taking this option because I want speed, but additionally because I am doing my next race, and after this, I should be getting energy refund and some stats. All right. I know. This is 3 races in a row. But at least this is a goal race, so that's fine. Ichiban kawaii. All right, so now we want speed. We want power too. Our power's not looking very hot. And I don't think that we're a lot of help for speed and power. I don't think that we're really in a great spot with our unit explosions, like our upcoming unit explosions. Like we don't have very many that are actually prepped all the way. Yeah, we're taking these. At least it's 27 because Finmo's on it. Nice. We'll take this. We're not in such a bad spot now. Hitting 1k speed is pretty good. Finmo's on this. We're gonna take this one. I'm pretty nervous about our power. It's pretty low. Oh, okay. This is a real... I don't think I've gotten sprint straightaways. I'm almost positive that I haven't, so I'm going to take it. I think I've gotten... I really need to keep better track. I have gotten sprint straightaways, dang. Well, that was a throw. That's fine. Whatever. We'll take Tachyon here. Our power is going to be low. This is not going to be like a super high roll run, but that is fine. I'm mainly concerned about skill points. I do kind of like, you're going to see a lot of like S and S plus Umas this CM because it's a lot easier to max stats when you are not worried about stamina at all. But I think that the really dangerous Umas will be the Umas that sacrificed some stats for a lot of SP. Because skills are what's going to win this CM. So. All right. Well, my final few turns be nice to me. Maybe not. It's on is also like a decent skill for Curran. Because you really want her to be trying to overtake on that corner, and overtaking on a corner is going to be a little bit challenging, just in general. Come on! You're killing me. Okay. Yeah, we'll take the speed. We can still take an energy draining thing next turn. We're going to wind up probably not with cap speed unless we get a good speed training next turn, but close enough to cap that I'll be okay. If we get like a good power turn, I'm probably going to be taking that. Yeah. Left-handed. Hey. Decent. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, 8%. I'm a little bit wary now. This is 29. It would get me... I think that I should take power, but I'm going to take wit. I really think that I should be taking power here. We get wet conditions. It's fine. Man, I should have bought skills. I was just thinking about that last click. I wasn't even thinking about. All right, let's see what the damage is. All right, so we got 2000 SP, which is good. Unfortunately, we didn't get any discounts on Mummy Creek. This is nice. Man, we actually did not get very many discounts, did we? That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Take nimble nav. Oh, that means we can't. Okay. We'll drop left-handed so we can take speed star. See, I still don't have enough skill points. I needed like 400 more skill points. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think that straightaway adapt is worth dropping meticulous measures for. Man. I mean, we got a lot of SP, but we did not get very many hints. That's really unfortunate. And I hate dropping it with 49 skill points on the table. Drop wet conditions, 121. But our power is so low. And 121 doesn't actually get us anything anyway. Okay. It is, I am correct, right? It is wet conditions. It's soft, I think. Hang on. Yeah, soft. Okay. Let me check. This is probably not obviously my final ace current, but it would be nice to be able to test her out a little bit because I think it's probably one of my better ones just because she got like head on. Yeah, soft. Okay. And Turfest, which is nice. I really don't want to leave 50 skill points on the table. But I think that this is as good as it's going to get. Okay, that's fine. Yay! $13.8. Like I said, I think that getting skills is more important than farming stats, although if my power was like 200 more, that would be a lot better. But yeah, there's Curran. Only 19. Well, I shouldn't say only, but 19. Could run like 20 to 22 races on her. 17. I should actually focus on getting that the aptitude test up because I think it ends today, so I should probably get that out of the way. But yeah, so that's kind of the direction that I'm trying to take CM9. Like I rolled this one, but even though her stats were good, like I didn't get a lot of decent skills. This one I think was my previous best. Some decent skills, and my power is so much better, and I got Sprint S. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do some testing. This was the first Fuji that I rolled. She's not very good, but I was still trying to use Rico card. And I think that Rico card may be good on somebody like Fuji who doesn't have an acceleration unique, but I'm still testing that out. So yeah, I gotta figure out a third character to run. But anyway, that was my sprint, very, very, very early ace testing run. Usually my process for this is that I make these rough aces, I do room matches with them, and then I see what works and see what doesn't. I kind of scope on what other people are doing, try to figure something out in that. Just something that works around the meta. I do know that this meta is going to be really heavily pace chaser favored, but I don't really know that I want to run 3 pace chasers. I've been in a lot of rooms with like 7 or 8 pace chasers, and it's just kind of a big cluster. It's like hard to pass people when everybody's like lining up trying to pass each other in the same style aptitude. But anyway, that is that's what I got. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit of a sneak peek into the next CM. I'm still thinking about Sagittarius. I did a couple Sagittarius runs, and I might do a couple more today before registration. I think registration is like day after tomorrow. Maybe it's tomorrow, but it's not registration, the first day of it. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.